You're watching Fugitive Red Eye, and welcome to another compilation of older content. That's right, we're doing more of that. I plan on making a condensed Dragon Ball playlist, so that I have one that doesn't have all the clutter of the streams and everything. And this is made for that. So this is me combining a few of my older Dragon Ball reviews. They're not good, the audio quality's shit, and it was made using Upload Studio, so they look and sound like shit. But I figured instead of cluttering up the new condensed playlist with all of those, I would combine several of them into a single video, and also have an excuse to just re-upload content again because I'm a lazy bastard.
Suck it, you shit!
You're watching Fugitive Red Eye, and I'd like to start out by saying that I know this review is a couple months late, but I figured it was about time I did a review for the newest Dragon Ball Z movie, and to a lesser extent, the movie before it. So I'd like to start out by saying Battle of Gods was a great movie. I loved it. Like, being a fan of Dragon Ball GT, I know there's not many of us that actually like Dragon Ball GT, but I did. So I didn't think that I would be all that into Gods. Although, surprisingly, it was a really fantastic movie. So I was happy. And then, the new one came out, Resurrection F. And with Resurrection F, it was still a great movie. One thing I did like about it was it still had some of the comedy intact that was also in Battle of Gods. It showed Frieza in hell being tormented by cutesy little things, and it was overall pretty good. Although I would say that throughout the entire movie, the fighting started out great, and then it progressively went more and more downhill, which is the exact opposite of what happened in Battle of Gods. Now, to me, that was one of the things that was not so good about this movie. Not to mention the huge inconsistency, where Frieza says his power level is 1.3 million, when, his second form was 1 million, so 1.3 million wouldn't stand a chance against anything, let alone Super Saiyan God Goku and Vegeta. But I digress. Anyway, another thing I didn't really like about it is they kind of turned Gohan into a little bitch. I mean, he's a whiny little bitch, and he can't even take on Frieza's soldiers. And they made it seem like Jocko, a character that's strictly there for comic relief, is somehow stronger than Gohan. Now, I get it that Gohan's strength may have declined, but there's no way in hell, being a Saiyan, that his strength would decline to the point where he couldn't take on a simple soldier of Frieza. Overall, I think it was a decent movie. It wasn't as good as Battle of Gods, and I honestly still think that GT is better than the new stuff, but, the new stuff is still good, and, I'm looking forward to Super to a lesser extent, but, because I know that the first, 30 episodes is just recapping the two movies, which I think was a poor decision, but anyway, I'll get onto that in another video, because this topic is strictly about the movies. Another thing, the tickets were really overpriced over here. I mean, I'm glad it got a US theatrical release, but why did it have to be so limited and overpriced? I mean, I get it, it's from overseas, but I'm hoping that the next movie gets a more mainstream theatrical release, so it's not a pain in the ass to get to watch it within, a few days. On top of that, the new forms are better than the... I did not like Super Saiyan God from the Battle of Gods movie, the red one. It just looked like a weaker version of KO-10. Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan, or as it's been retconned to Super Saiyan Blue in Dragon Ball Super, is a much better look, but I still think that they need to do something more epic if they want to continue on with new transformations. If they don't plan to continue on with new transformations, I hope that they at least make it so that, I don't know. I'm hoping that they get some new cooler transformations, but on top of that, I would say they were good movies, and overall I would recommend them. And that's about it.
Fuck it. We've come this far.
You're watching Fugitive Red Eye, and I'd like to start out by saying this next topic is going to piss off a lot of Dragon Ball fans. But there's been a lot of hype for the new show, Dragon Ball Super. A lot of people are saying how it's so great and so awesome. Well, you're going to think this is really unfair because I haven't actually watched any of it. Because I refuse to watch it in Japanese because I hate Goku's voice. However, I do watch videos that basically give me plot synopses and reviews of each individual episode. So far to me, this just sounds like a complete and total rip-off of GT. First parallel you can make. There's going to be Super Dragon Balls, a new set of Dragon Balls that seemingly appeared out of nowhere and are more powerful than the original Dragon Balls. Doesn't that sound a lot like the Black Star Dragon Balls in GT that everyone hated but are now just suddenly okay with? Another parallel is Toriyama really doesn't have that much involvement with Super. He has barely any more than he did with GT. He just writes a little basic outline of what he wants to happen, and they do whatever the hell they want with it. Another thing is they're doing the manga and anime simultaneously, which doesn't turn it out very well, because they're turning out completely different. Another thing I'd like to point out that's a parallel between the two is both of them are animes that were made without original manga from Akira Toriyama in the first place. So, in a way, Super is just ripping off GT. It's the next GT, essentially. And everyone loves it for the exact same reasons they hate GT. Another parallel is in GT, they tried to blend the comedy and adventure of Dragon Ball with the action of Dragon Ball Z. They did the exact same thing in Super, but everyone's okay with it now because it's been so long and Toriyama's name is attached to it more than it was with GT. Again, I think this is just fucking stupid, and I really don't see why GT gets so much hate. Again, this is my personal opinion. I understand I'm in the minority here, but I'm telling you now that they are kind of ripping off a lot of plot elements from GT.
Curry sauce all over your anus. Delish.
You are watching Fugitive Red Eye, and today I thought I'd do a review of Xenoverse 2, because I recently beat the game yesterday. So there's a lot of good and a few things that aren't so good with this game. I'm going to start with some of the better things. First off, I think the story, although it does recycle a lot of the sagas from the first game, does have a lot of original concepts and is still a very solid story. However, the story, I definitely do like the story. Like I said, it's got a very solid story, but it does recycle quite a bit of the, recycle quite a bit of the same sagas from the first game. Granted, with Dragon Ball, there's only so much you can work with. I mean, because, they've only had so many sagas that really have enough fights to keep the game going, so I understand why. I also like how there are quite a few more characters, and there is a ton more parallel quests. There's twice as many, a little bit more. However, the thing is, or not quite twice as many, but almost. But the thing is a lot of the parallel quests, especially the earlier ones, are the exact same parallel quests from the first game. Yeah, there's a few tweaks in them, but it is a bit irritating, and you fight the Ginyu Force in so many fucking quests, it's ridiculous. However, I will say this, I do like the variety of the game. There's several different places you can go, and different side quests you can do for different factions and different bases and stuff, which I found very cool. I honestly wish they would have expanded on that a little bit more, maybe had different stories, different side stories that took up an entire saga, maybe, for each different faction, but whatever. It was still interesting the way it was done. I also do like that you can fly around the hub world now, which you couldn't do in the first game, although you do have to unlock it by getting far enough in the story mode, although before that, you get a hoverboard, or if you pre-ordered it, you can use the Tau log, and I think there's a way to unlock the Flying Nimbus, but I haven't done it yet. I will say this game is considerably easier than Xenoverse 1, and that's actually a good thing, because it's a lot less grindy, because, they've taken out a lot of the ability to spam, because they've changed how Super Saiyan works, and they've nerfed moves like Blue Hurricane substantially. I tried using it because that's what I had in Xenoverse 1 to help me with the harder quests, but Blue Hurricane is pretty much fucking useless in this game. I wouldn't bother trying to use it. A few things that I don't like. Number one, like I said, they did recycle a lot of stuff from the first game. It's not to the point where it's unbearable, but it is kind of annoying that they did that instead of coming up with more original parallel quests. But again, I don't think it was the worst thing. They still turned out okay, and the gameplay's different enough to make it feel like something different. Another thing I really don't like is some of the achievements, at least on my copy, or the way when I've been playing it, are fucking broken. Like the one for entering each time miniature. Well, I've done that multiple times, and I'm only at 87%, even though I've gone through each base multiple times, and I've 100%ed most of them. Another achievement that doesn't work is I tried playing online battles, and it didn't give me the achievement for playing online battles for the first time. I lost the match, sure, but fuck. It said, play online battles for the first time. It didn't say win, but it didn't give me the fucking achievement either. Another thing that kind of annoys me is Guru's house is always fucking being attacked, even after you've 100%ed it. It just keeps using the same quests over and over again, and it keeps giving you a little message at the top of your screen saying, Guru's house is being attacked, Guru's house is in danger. Again, it's not a big deal, but it is kind of annoying. Another thing is I don't know how the fuck to get to Expert Missions 5 and up. To be fair, I haven't done that much of the parallel quests, so maybe I need to do more to unlock them or something like that. But I'm only able to play Expert Missions 1 through 4, so to do the 200% Hercules bodyguard thing, I had to fucking... I just played the Great Ape Nappa one over and over again and just spammed the shit out of Special Beam Cannon over and over again until I won. It was super easy because I have the full energy charge. I really think that this is definitely a step above Xenoverse 1, and it does feel kind of like RPG-esque in some of the exploration and level-up stuff. Again, it's very limited on what that is. It's still a fighter and not really an RPG, but it has some RPG elements, as did the first game. Overall, I would recommend this game. However, I would say be prepared for a few things that are a little bit irritating, but not terrible. Overall, it's a fun game, and if you like Dragon Ball and you enjoyed the first game, definitely get it. But this has been Fugitive Red Eye, and you have a great day.
I'm a Michael Jordan.
I'm gonna fucking die here, Jack!
Watching Fugitive Red Eye, and I really didn't think I'd make another Xenoverse video, another Xenoverse 2 video, nor did I really think I wanted to, but this has just gotten to the point where it's so ridiculous I have to mention it, especially since I haven't seen the other videos up about this subject, but I briefly mentioned in my Xenoverse 2 review that there were some achievements that weren't unlocking for me. As of now, I'm currently up to 3. The one for playing my first game online didn't unlock, the one for beating all of the instructor's lessons didn't unlock, and the one for interacting with the time capsules or the time miniatures in every base hasn't unlocked, and I've done all of them multiple times. Now when I say all of them multiple times, I don't mean I've replayed every single instructor's lessons, but according to the game I'm at 100%, and I've replayed a couple of them to see if it would unlock, but no. According to the game I'm at 100, but the achievement only says I'm at 98. And then the one for interacting with the time miniatures says I'm only at 87. It's ridiculous. I don't know why these achievements aren't working. It's ridiculous. They're not unlocking properly, and I looked on this forum, and apparently there's a couple other achievements that haven't been unlocking for people either, as well as the fact that some people were saying that if you create a new character, it'll erase your progress altogether, so I'm hesitant to do that, but I'm also wondering if that would make my character, if that would help me unlock it. Because I don't want to have to do it all over again, but at this point it might be my only choice. If anyone's watching this that is somehow connected to Bandai Namco or Dimps or whoever, I doubt it, because it would, you know, my videos don't get the biggest amount of views, but if someone by chance is watching this that has the authority, these need to be fixed. Now, I realize this game was primarily designed for the PlayStation, because in Japan it only got a PlayStation release. However, since it is multi-platform in the US, they need to make sure that their achievements and things will work. It's ridiculous that these don't work. I mean, the only other game that I've had where achievements haven't worked like this is the Master Chief Collection, and that was broken. Like, that game had so many other issues. I mean, but that's regardless, and those did eventually get fixed through patches. I think that someone needs to patch this shit so that I'll get my achievements I've rightfully earned. It really irritates me. It's a good thing I don't take games as seriously as I used to, otherwise I'd be a lot more mad than I am right now. I really do enjoy this game, and I really do want this stuff to get fixed, but, I don't know, what do you guys think? Has anyone else been having these problems? Is the PlayStation having these issues as well, or is this simply an Xbox problem? I really would like to hear what other people have to say about this. Like I said, I did read about it on a forum a little bit, but no videos have really been made about it on YouTube, and I don't know how widespread the issue is, so I'd love to hear if anyone else is having these problems or what, or if anyone knows a way to get around them or to unlock the achievements, because it's really starting to bug me. Because when I unlock an achievement, I expect to unlock an achievement. And, you know, at least with that horrible done unlocking thing they used to do, I would eventually get the achievement after playing the game some more for a while. But I've heard that even if you get to the done unlocking thing on this, if you create a new character, you have to start all over on the achievement. I don't want that to happen, and I really want these achievements to get unlocked. So if anyone who has the authority is watching this, this needs to get fixed. If this does get fixed, I will change the title of the video to mention that it has been fixed. But until then, I will leave the title as is. And, you know, this isn't me being mad about the game, because the game itself is very fun. But this is me just being mad about a technical aspect that has not been done properly. Now, the game updated earlier today, and I was really hoping that that would fix the problem. However, it did not. So if anyone is watching this, please make another update that makes it so people can unlock their achievements. Because if this keeps up, you're going to get a lot of pissed off fans. especially if people take video games more seriously than I do, because again, I don't take it as seriously as I used to, but I really do love this game, and I'm looking forward to any DLC you guys can give out. But another bit of advice I'd give is, I'd love some achievements for the DLC this time, because I know in Xenoverse 1 they didn't have any for the DLC, they didn't have any additional achievements. I would like to get some just because achievements are a thing that kind of gives me an extra reason to play the game. I'm already going to play the game, and I already enjoy it, but the achievements are just another unlockable to me that I really don't feel like I've 100% of the game till they're unlocked. But anyways, this has been Fugitive Red Eye. I don't plan on making any more videos on Xenoverse unless people want me to, because I do enjoy making videos on a wide variety of subjects, but I'd love to keep talking about Xenoverse if you guys have a topic you want me to mention. But other than that, you guys have a great day.
And there we have it, some of my older Gen 2 Dragon Ball content from 2015 and 2016. I've come a fucking long way since then, but there you go.
What am I watching? I don't know, but I hate it.
Subscribe to Fugitive Red Eye.